My name is Janie Daly. I am a volunteer and pilot here at Old Rhinebeck Aerodrome, and I started coming up to Old Rhinebeck 3 years ago, mainly because of my husband, Cliff, who grew up at Old Rhinebeck and had really been telling me stories about this place since we first met. And when I finally is that okay? It's good. When I finally came up here, it was amazing to see and realize everything that he told me and kind of see for myself, how amazing this place is.
Right. So what's the backstory? What's your aviation backstory?
Right, so I originally was never into aviation. I had no idea it was something that I would completely fall in love with. I actually originally went to school for art. I went to school for animation, and during my first year, my dad had always spoken about getting one of his kids, I have 2 older brothers, one of us an introductory flight lesson because he had earned his private pilot certification just out of high school. So he really wanted one of us to get into aviation, and none of us had really paid attention to it. But I came back from college. It was one summer. I was doing an internship, and he said, "Please, just go up and see if you like it." Oh my goodness, that day it was everything. I totally fell in love with it. I spent the entire summer flying. Managed to get in a solo before I went back to school, and that totally changed the trajectory of where I was going. It was an interesting contrast between studying animation, so I was in a dark room in front of a computer for hours, and then being out flying. It was amazing. So I started flying when I was 19, and I quickly changed the course, and I ended up going through all of my certifications, and I got my private, instrument, commercial, and my flight instructor, of course. And that's what I do now. I help manage a flight school and help people learn how to fly.
Right. I understand you fly helicopters as well.
Yes, so in that path, I actually took a little detour, and I became totally fascinated with helicopters, and ended up getting my commercial helicopter certification as well, and spent a little bit of time ferrying helicopters from Torrance, California, across to the East Coast, and that kind of segued into my fixed wing flying, and yeah, all very good experiences.
Oh, nice. So what was it like for you? Had you been to Old Rhinebeck before coming up with Cliff?
I had never been to Old Rhinebeck Aerodrome before. In fact, I never heard of it. I grew up in Virginia, and so when I met Cliff, it was like I was being brought into a different world and a different side of aviation. I was very familiar with general aviation and the commercial side of it, but when you come to Old Rhinebeck, you just don't see these type of airplanes. You don't see this type of flying really anywhere. You could probably name on one hand the amount of places in the world that does this type of flying. So no, I'd never been up here before. It was like, I won't say culture shock because I was just like in awe of everything, but it was it was really great. It was great for everybody involved.
So obviously Cliff had grown up here, but arriving and having a look around and being somewhat blown away and in awe of everything. How did was it an easy transition to slot into the community, the family here?
It really was. Cliff said it before, Old Rhinebeck is a family, and I think Cliff and I both, we love getting our hands dirty with stuff, and that slides very well into how everyone here kind of operates. You're expected to get out and push airplanes and help out, and we love that. And that's what I really love about Old Rhinebeck is you see everyone helping out. You see the pilots, they get out of the plane, they help push it away. You see the mechanics out. Everybody's working together. So yeah, that transition was really easy. It's very easy to get caught up here.
So there's no hierarchy here. Everybody's part and parcel of the same
I would
family.
say, everybody gets along really well, and everybody knows their job and is happy to help out in any way that they can.
If you check out the description below, we've got a link to Cliff and Janie's YouTube channel. They're quite often filming what they're doing with their aircraft and their projects, and it's an interesting look at another side of aviation. So, for something a little different, check out Cliff and Janie's channel on YouTube. If you'd like to see more of Janie's interview and her awesome flying, you can hit the join button and sign up to become a member of our channel. It'll only cost you several dollars a month, less than the cost of a cup of coffee, and it will give you access to our exclusive members-only videos. Your support in this way really helps us to continue to produce and publish these sorts of videos, so your support is greatly appreciated.